right. We are going to read Where the Wild Things Are. Story and pictures by Maurice Sedenk. And I love putting instruments to books, so we're going to add some sound effects as we see fit. And if you want to add different sound effects, please do.
All right. You are going to hear it.
Yes. Where the Wild Things Are. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind and another. His mother called him, "Wild thing!" And Max said, "I'll eat you up." And so he was sent to bed without eating anything. Is his mom happy or sad or mad?
Mad.
Mad. How can you sound mad by playing these instruments? That very night, Max's room grew a forest. What is growing a forest gonna sound like? Why don't you put your stick down and try one of these? Ooh, a forest. It's kind of eerie sounding. And it grew bigger and grew until his ceilings hung with vines and the walls became a world all around. Can you be a forest again? And an ocean tumbled with the private boats for Max, and he sailed off through the night and day. What do you think an ocean's gonna sound like? Do you think that's an ocean, or do you think this could be an ocean? We're gonna go with that? Okay. And in and out of weeks, in almost over a year, to where the wild things are. Give me one last ocean sound. Okay. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth. Can you roar? Roar!
Wow.
And they gnashed their terrible teeth. Can they see their teeth? And they rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. Till Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with the magic trick of staring into their yellow eyes without blinking once. And they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all. And made him king of all the wild things. And now, Max cried, "Let the wild rumpus start!" Play whatever you want. Let the wild rumpus start! Are you a wild rumpus yet?
Yeah.
Keep going. It's still a wild rumpus. Go crazy. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. They're still having a rumpus party. And they're still having a rumpus party. Faster, faster, faster. Good job. Now, stop, said Max. And he sent all the wild things to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all the wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Then, all around and far away across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We will eat you up. We love you so." And Max said, "No." The wild things roared their terrible roars. Roar. Roar.
Wow.
And gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. Can you be a wild thing one more time? But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye. Can you wave? And sailed back over a year and in and out of weeks and throughout a day. What sound was our ocean? What instrument was our ocean? Castanet. Be our ocean? And into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. And it was still hot. Can you be a wild thing one more time?
Rah!
Yeah. And stop. Good job.